Anyone who doesn't like curling probably shouldn't watch this video, because I'm just going to be basically talking about curling the whole time. Although I will stop to say that I hate snow, and we got like 8 inches of snow last night or during the day, and it's all blowing around and drifted, and I haven't got out and shoveled the driveway yet because it's going to suck and I don't want to do it. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not doing it at 4 o'clock in the morning. Although I can hear the guy across the road shoveling his yard right now because I think he has to go to work. Sucks to be him. Anyway, so as you can hear, I'm sick as well, and I hurt my back guess about a week and a half ago, and it started to get better, and then I re-injured it when I went out and shoveled the driveway. And I shoveled our whole driveway in a very short period of time, and I did it a little too hard and a little too fast, and it was the first time that I had to shovel snow all year. So I was just a big wimp and a weakling, and I was not ready for it. And it re-injured my back. And then the other night I fell down the stairs because I decided not to crush the cat's head. It was either the cat or my back. So I decided to go arse over tea kettle down the stairs and save the cat's life. Yay me. So I've been watching the Continental Cup of Curling. She said changing the subject away from a sore back, which really isn't being helped by this particular posture, but since I'm not moving, it doesn't hurt, but when I move, it's going to hurt. The Continental Cup of Curling has been on, and it'll be on all weekend long, and I love curling. Anybody that knows me knows that I will cancel plans to watch curling because it is the greatest sport ever. As one of the announcers said, I think during the Olympics, during the last Summer Olympics, Scotland invented curling, but we in Canada growed it up. It really is our sport, and we love it, and I can't skate, so hockey's out of the question for me, so all I got is curling. I like the Continental Cup because I like watching teams from other countries play. The Continental Cup is basically Canada versus the world, or North America versus the world. 6 teams from Canada and the United States, 3 women and 3 men's teams take on 6 teams from Europe and Asia, from China and Norway and Sweden and Switzerland and Scotland. The Chinese team has both a men's and a women's team, and then the other teams are variously distributed, men or women. They play normal curling, which is 4 players on the ice, and they throw their standard 8 rocks, but they're 8 end games instead of 10 end games, which is a little different, which is a little shorter game. And they also have different events like mixed curling and mixed couples curling, which is only 2 players, and they only throw 5 rocks, and there are 2 rocks that are put on the ice ahead of time, one on the back of the button and then one ahead of the house as a guard, which is very interesting because most of these players who are playing those games are skips, so they're not used to doing their own brushing, and they have to do all the brushing themselves because there's only 2 players, there's no front end. In fact, in one of the games that I was watching the other day, it was Kathy Overton Clapham who was playing, and she went to pick up one of the stones, but because the front end normally puts the stones in the hack, she went to the wrong colored stone, and her partner had to be like, "No, Kathy, we're yellow." And so that was kind of humorous because you don't think of those things, right? I'm absolutely in love with the Chinese team. They are technically beautiful players. They throw wonderfully, and I enjoy watching them. I think that this is, the 6th year for the Chinese curling team, they're getting much better. I can remember in past years seeing them, and they're getting a hang of calling the ice, and they're getting a hang of calling the shots, and I think the more that skill develops, they're really going to be a powerhouse teams. They are really going to be powerhouse teams coming in the future. So I'm looking forward to watching them play. And obviously, I always like watching Kevin Martin and Jennifer Jones play as well. They're amongst my favorites. although I think Team Furby, Randy Furby's team, which are not playing at the Continental Cup, are probably my favorite rink in all of curling. I will still sometimes root for Kevin Martin because he's the best curler in the world. So, yeah, so that's what I've been doing this weekend and what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the next few days. There are 3 matches on per day on Saturday and on Sunday, so I'm going to be hooked on those. I guess that's it for me for now, and I'm definitely going to take some footage of me when I go out and shovel the driveway, because I hate shoveling the driveway, and that can only be, comedic, as you see me throwing snow and perhaps swearing profusely. Not perhaps, definitely swearing profusely. Anyway, I'm going to go be sick over there, and you have a good weekend.